outside City Hall there is a piece of performance art that is a protest against what people think is a very unjust and ridiculous fine that has been imposed on Christoff Gillen, a performance artist from Belfast.
And what this work here was about was a piece of work that I was invited. I was invited by the University of Ulster by a former tutor of mine, Brian Conley, who's also an artist, to take part in the 8th International Festival of Live Art at the University of Ulster on the week of the 13th of March. Now Brian Conley and the University of Ulster had no curatorial role over my work and the actions I made. Firstly, I have to say that. And then, so what I was trying to do was, this hat was given to me by a friend in Germany, an artist called Marita Bullmann, who is the girlfriend of Max Surum, who's an artist. And it got me thinking in relation to the LGBT issues, because I'm a gay man myself, but I don't wear it on my sleeve, and I'm not representing the LGBT community, even though the issues I was articulate and highlight were that, you know. So basically what I was trying to do on the 13th of March at 10 o'clock over at Donegal Place here, I was trying to create a rainbow of love by writing the word love in coloured chalk up Donegal Place and then on to Royal Avenue, and then finishing off in the Art College by making another action where I kissed the glass box 1001 times, and the piece of work was called 1001 Kisses. As I say, I was highlighting the inequality towards me and the rest of the LGBT community in relation to equal marriage and giving blood. Now, just before the incident was stopped, before my work was stopped, this action was stopped, there was a beautiful moment happened with a mother and two children coming across Donegal Place. So that one of the children says, "Can I help write the word love?" And I says, "Yes, of course," because this is what it was all about. I was trying to create a rainbow of love for everybody in Belfast, not just one side of the community or the other, but for everybody, but highlighting these inequalities towards the LGBT community.
That's exactly what we're saying here, is that it was used in a completely biased way, and it was a protest against his message rather than a protest against the fact that he was writing with chalk on the pavement. So it is a wrong use of a piece of legislation.
Well, at the moment what is happening is I've received legal advice from Madden and Finucane, and they have written a letter to the manager of the enforcement and cleansing at the Belfast City Council. Firstly, to acknowledge that this is not in the best interest of the City Council and the general public to pursue this matter. People can help here if you wish. Yeah. This matter was never about to pay or not to pay. This was about principle, and it wasn't about the issue of the fixed penalty fine, because I acknowledge that, ridiculous as that may be, and I've been the only person to pay that. But what is going to happen, hopefully, with all the people that helped, we're going to make this action, and we're going to go towards the City Council and pay it in pennies after, I have to say, after I get word from the Belfast City Council. So hopefully this will not have to be paid. And with all the donations that have been made, my suggestion is to record this for the history and all time for years to come, so people coming back will look at this and go like, what was this all about?
People are fed up to the back teeth of a Northern Ireland that tries to continuously drag us backwards. I mean, this is an attack on people's rights to freedom of expression. It's an attack on art. It's an attack on values that say that we are all deserving of equality and that we shouldn't be confronted with discrimination in our daily lives. This is an attack on people who stand up for the best values of equality and non-discrimination, and also for those who seek to do that through art. And the support here today is tremendous, and I'm very, very pleased to see it. The message is clear. We are no longer willing to live in a society that allows homophobia to run rampant and doesn't allow somebody to write the word love in chalk on a pavement. I would like, obviously, in relation to the fine, Belfast City Council must rescind this immediately. Nobody is looking, sort of huge apologies or anything. Rescind it and accept that they're wrong. Accept that this is a city that promotes its arts, that promotes its performance artists. Say, send a clear statement out that this is a city that does not approve of discrimination and homophobia. Because if Belfast wants to be seen as a city for the 21st century, it has to act like one. And it has to start not with the tourists who pour into this city, but with the residents of this city, the residents who live day and daily with discrimination and who are saying that they're not going to accept it any longer.
I'm hoping common sense will prevail here and the Belfast City Council, powers to be, will quash this. That's what I'm hoping will happen.